It's been 12 months since that fateful day. And for 12 months, you've been asking me, will there be another one? Is he going to do another one? Well, today, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you, yes, we're doing another one. Let's get to the rules. Now, quick disclaimer, for the purpose of not making this video too long, I had to cut out a lot of it. So if you want to check out everyone's full performances and my full reaction to them, check out my Patreon on the link below. Alright, on with the video. Okay, so the rules this year are a bit different. The judging system is still based on points. However, it's a little more thorough. Let me show you what I mean. Okay, so this year you can get 50 points for technique, which, is probably the most important aspect of piano playing, at least the one that you can judge most easily. Next up, you could get 10 points for accurate tempo / tempo stability, which pretty much means not going too fast or too slow. You can get 20 points for touch control, which is one aspect that I really appreciate. The ability to control the sound and not play too loudly or, too shyly, just the right amount of touch. You can also get 10 points for dynamics / dynamical contrasts and 10 points for phrasing. I thought it would make it more thorough this year. And hold on. We also have awards. That's right. Hold on, let me list them. We have the Textbook Award, which stands for whoever played closest to the original style and sheet music that was written. Pretty self-explanatory. There is also the Most Unique Performance Award, which is for most unique and original performance or furthest away from the original sheet music / style, which is pretty much the opposite of the previous one, pretty much. There is the Best Touch Award, which is for the most amount of sound control. We have the Lefty Award for the best left hand. Lefties are going to have a little advantage. We have the Nice the Nice Award, which is closest to 69 points. Because, we gotta have that in, we have to. And you actually get 5 points for that. So that's pretty good. Oh yeah, we also have some bad awards that you can get, which is the You Tried Award, which stands for the most tough piece chosen, but performed most poorly, for which you actually lose a whole 10 points. So you don't want to get that award. There is also the Normie Award, which stands for the most popular / overplayed piece. I know there's going to be a lot of those. And for the last two, we have the coolest performance, which, in my opinion, what I think is the coolest looking one, or, the one who has the most swag to it. And last but not least, the most brilliant performance, which is like the cream of the crop, the best of the best, for which you get a whole 10 points. So that's it for the awards. Let's get to the actual participants. Who's rushing you, fam? Okay, let's pause here for now. There are a lot of things that I can point out so far. I'm actually very familiar with the piece because, you know, I played it at my 10K special if you want to check it out. If I were to point out like the biggest problem that I see so far is that you're rushing it. You're simply rushing it. And, you know, because of that, you not only are you skipping a lot of the notes, but you're also skipping your musical ideas that you're trying to convey. And I know, it's very tempting to play in a fast tempo, in the one that you see online, but trust me, to make it work, you have to make it thorough. And, you know, one very good advice I got from my teacher regarding this was try to play it and think of every single note. If one note goes unnoticed or it's played without you realizing it, then start it over again. You know, every single note has to go through your head. You can do it in a slow tempo, it doesn't matter, it works. This is what helped me, and I think it's gonna help you. Alright, let's get to the middle section and check out your musicality. Okay, sounds like you figured out the polyrhythm. That's very nice. Okay, so that was actually not too bad. The middle section, you pretty much nailed it. Although, I would make the left hand a little quieter than the right, because, you know, if you look at it, it's pretty much, you know, this middle section, it looks like a Chopin nocturne pretty much. You know, you have the right hand, the melody, the main melody, and you have the left hand that accompanies it. And so the concept is that the right hand has to be very sounding, very dominant, and the left hand has to just accompany it, that's it. And, you know, just diminish the left hand a little bit and it's gonna be just fine. You're rushing, man, you're rushing. Okay, overall, that was pretty good. That was not bad at all. That was a good effort. I can see that you've been practicing. Good job. You just have to make a few adjustments to get your performance to the next level. Alright, let's get to the score. So for technique, I'm gonna give you 27 points. For tempo, I'm gonna give you 5 points. For touch control, I'll give you 9. Dynamics 5 and phrasing 4. So pretty much you have to work on the tempo to make it stable, to play all the notes. That's it. So in total, that makes it 50 points. Alright, let's get to the next one. Coca-Cola, if you want to sponsor me, phone lines are open. Okay, next up we have SoftBoyZelah with Forest of Lovebirds. I think it's a contemporary piece. It might be his piece. I don't know, I haven't heard of it. Let's check it out. Okay, so far, good dynamics, good phrasing, it's pretty good. Not much that I can say about that performance. I mean, clearly know what you're doing. It's a more of a contemporary sounding piece. You know, it's very pleasing to the ear, very easy to the listener. It actually has some technically challenging moments towards the end. And, you know, overall, you structured it nicely. It sounds like you're maybe attached to it personally, and you're enjoying yourself. You know, I don't have much else to say. Nice performance. For the score, I'll give you 29 points for technique, 7 points for tempo, touch control, I'll give you 14 points, which is pretty good. Dynamics 8 points, and phrasing 6 points. So in total, that's 64 points. Alright, moving on. Alright, next up we have Schmumann. Not Schumann, Schmumann. He's playing Mozart Sonata number 12 in F major. Okay, I'm pretty excited. Mozart is tough. So let's see. Okay, so right away there seems to be a problem with the stability in the tempo. You know, what makes Mozart sonatas so tough to play is that they have to be very, very rhythmically stable. Like damn near metronome level stable, you know? So let's try and put a metronome side by side and see. Yeah, well, stop. Okay. Like I'm not saying that it should be like metronome perfect, but it has to be stable, you know. All right, let's keep going. Accents. Okay, I mean, what else can I say? The biggest problem is still the tempo stability. So you can try and fix that. You could also use more phrasing, I would say. You know, you could play around with the dynamics more. You know, you can try to do more pianoforte, you know, those big contrasts. You know, Mozart is known for that. Technique is looking good. Not Mozart level crispy, but, you know, don't worry, that's achieved after many years anyway. Overall, it's good. I like it. Now, regarding the score, I'll give you 32 points for technique, 4 points for tempo, because, you know, gotta work on that stability. Touch control, 10 points, dynamics, 7 points, and phrasing, 6 points. That's a total of 59 points. It's not bad. Alright, let's move on. Okay, the next contestant is Bjorn. He's playing Chopin's Scherzo number 2, opus 31. Let's go. Okay, so the first thing that comes to mind is the tempo. Obviously, it's a little bit slower than usual, which might be a sign of technical insecurities. I'm not sure. You know, I actually also find myself doing that quite a lot. You know, when I'm still studying a piece and I'm playing in a slower tempo, and I always tell myself, I'm gonna bring it to performance level later, you know, I'll play it faster later. And I just never end up doing it. Really, it's not that big of an issue, but it's something that even people that don't understand music will immediately spot, which is why I try and avoid it. You know, I don't want to get roasted by normies, if you know what I mean. Ooh, I could feel that change. It's different. Clean arpeggios. Those were some clean arpeggios, and the pedaling was very clean. Very nice. Also, the hand positioning seems to be very on point. Okay, overall what I have to say about Bjorn's performance is that it is a solid performance, okay? It might not be the flashiest performance, but it is definitely a stable performance. You know, the pedaling was very clean, and so were most of the arpeggios and passages. You know, I also heard that he went through tendinitis, which is like a career-ending injury when it comes to pianists. So the fact that he plays like this now is very, very impressive. So no matter what score you get, consider yourself a winner. Much respect to you, man. Okay, for scoring, I'll give you 39 points for technique, 8 points for tempo, 12 points for touch control, 8 points for dynamics, and 8 points for phrasing. That makes it a total of 75 points. Which is currently in the lead. Alright, let's see if that's gonna change. Okay, next we have I Wolves playing whatever this is. Okay, let's hear it. That was the coolest shit I've ever heard. You literally made the Frankenstein of piano music. I don't know what else to call it. It's so goofy. I love it. And I have to give you a bonus point for standing up, because that's hard, you know? That's hard. I mean, if we were to judge this seriously, it's probably not the best performance, right? but it's definitely a candidate for the coolest performance. Yeah. Alright, here is the score. Okay, next up we have The Walking Fish. He's playing Affection by Luxid. I think it's a contemporary piece. Alright, let's hear it. Hold on, I like the anime wallpaper. He's a fellow weeb. Ooh, that's a nice touch. That's a very nice touch. Not much else to say. It's another slow melodic piece, very pleasing to the ear. It was executed nicely. Unfortunately, it's not a technique heavy piece, so I can't give you many points for technique, you know. But I do like your touch. It is very controlled. So for the score, I'll give you 23 points for technique, 8 points for tempo, 18 points for touch control, 7 points for dynamics, and 8 points for phrasing. Pretty good. That makes it 64. Alright. Let's move on. Okay, next up we have Snailbutt 5. Man, these names are genius. Playing Moonlight Sonata. I'm guessing the first movement. Alright, let's hear it. I don't like the phrasing. There's just something, I don't like it. It sounds very static. Let me show you what I mean real quick. Now, to explain the concept of phrasing is actually very simple. For example, let's say you're having a conversation with your friend and you're trying to tell him a little story, right? And how do you make him listen to you and not lose interest? Well, there are various things that you can do, but the easiest one and the most effective one is by far intonation. The basic concept of intonation is pretty much putting more emphasis on certain words than others to sort of make them stand out. And the same can be applied to music. So we have this 4-measure phrase. Okay, what do we do with it? Now, I'd say the high point is about right here. You know, it could also be here and here, but for me, I'd say it's about right here. And now what we do is this. So it's sort of like crescendo and diminuendo. I mean, that's a really primitive way of saying it, but it kind of works like that. So we start piano and we sort of keep going, and then we get to this point and then we go back down. We gotta go back to piano because this is right here. Again, the high point could be right here or right here. You know, either one works fine, just not this one. So let's see how that's gonna sound like. try to find meaning to your musical sentences. It'll make it much more interesting and much more engaging to listen to. Let's keep going. That was a little harsh, man. That was supposed to be the last one. Nah, man, it sounds static. I think we can skip this for now. It's the same thing for the entirety of it. So let's get to the scorings. I'll give you 17 points for technique. For tempo, I'll give you 5. For touch control, I'll give you 10 points. For dynamics, 4 points. And phrasing, 3 points. You gotta work on that phrasing. So in total, that makes it 39 points. Alright, let's get to the next one. Alright, next up we have Hunter playing Ballade in G minor by Brahms. Let's see. Sounds a little harsh. I don't know, it sounds like he's trying to make it softer, but it doesn't really sound like it. It's probably the recording. Okay, good contrast. Middle part. Okay, so the middle part sounds different. That's good. It contrasts well to the beginning. I would still want a little bit more from the top voice. You know, it has to stick out a little bit more. Okay, good touch. That was very, very good performance. Pretty much the only thing that I can point out is pretty much the beginning. Alright, the beginning sounds... I don't know, man, it sounds harsh. It sounds a little harsh. Like, I understand that you want to show the character of the piece, but it still has to be controlled. Everything else sounds fine. I don't have any complaints. Alright, let's get to the score. Okay, for technique, I'll give you 40 points. For tempo, 9 points. Touch control, I would give you more, but again, the main theme sounds harsh. So I'll give you 12 points. Dynamics, 9 points. Phrasing, 8 points. So overall, a very, very, very good score. So in total, 78 points. That's in the lead now. You're in the lead. Okay, next up we have Scythe playing Chopin Nocturne number 19 in E minor. Alright, pretty good choice. Let's see. Oh, he's got the Crocs, he's got the guitar, I see it. Okay, good touch. Very good phrasing. Ooh, nice contrast between single notes and octaves. Okay. not bad. Okay. Ooh, I like the full sound with the octaves. Good phrasing. That's very good control. Yes, I like this one a lot. Okay, the only thing that I can point out is probably going to be the left hand. The left hand has to always be on beat. So the left hand has to be on beat while the right hand is more free and can do, you know, whatever you want to do with it. Now, you might ask me, well, how do I play the right hand more freely and, you know, more flexible or whatever, if the left hand is always going to be on beat and restrict the right hand? Well, that's the whole beauty of it. That's what makes it difficult. And that's what separates a good performance and a top tier performance. Overall, very good performance. I like that. In terms of the score, I'll give you 33 points for technique, 7 points for tempo, could be better, 17 points for touch control, that was very good touch control, 8 points for dynamics, and 9 points for phrasing. This was probably one of the best phrasings I've heard so far. In total, 74 points. Very solid. Okay, next up we have Paper Plane playing Beethoven Piano Sonata number 17, Tempest, third movement. All right. Oh man, try to avoid playing like that, those octaves. It really creates a separation in the melody. Maybe try and phrase more, maybe that'll help. Okay, that was a very stable performance. It's probably as good as you can get on a digital piano. You deserve an acoustic for sure. But for what you have, you played very well. For the score, I'll give you 29 points for technique, 8 points for tempo, 12 points for touch control, 7 points for dynamics, and 6 points for phrasing. So that makes it 59 points. The next one is Tage. He's playing Intermezzo for the left hand by Leopold Godowsky. So left hand only. Let's see the left hand. Wait, don't tell me. Nah, don't tell me. Don't tell me he is playing with his left hand and he's recording with the right hand. Because if that's true, that's hands down, that's the coolest performance. We don't know if that's true or not, so hold on, is he actually recording with his right? It seems to be following it, what the hell? Oh my god, is he actually? No. No, I refuse to believe that. There is no way. This man is too strong. His power level is way over 9,000. That's a good left hand. There were a few contrasts as well, so pretty good. And if you send me proof that you recorded with your right hand, I'll give you 10 points instantly. That's just ridiculous. So for the actual scoring, I'll give you 31 points for technique, 7 points for tempo, 11 points for touch control, 7 points for dynamics, 7 points for phrasing. Total 63 points. Moving on. Next up we have Assassin playing Beethoven Pathetique Sonata second movement. And supposedly he plays for like 14 months. And it looks like he's in front of a live audience, which is pretty interesting. Let's just watch. Wow, that's a really good touch. You play for 14 months? I don't believe that. There's no way. Okay, let's pause here a little bit. This is really good. Like, for 14 months, this is crazy, bro. Like, I still don't believe it. Alright, anyway. There are a few moments where the music feels a little bit static. You know, that's the same problem we had with Snail Butt, I think it was. But not always, though. There are some moments that are just absolutely beautiful. The music, you know, flows and stuff. You're doing it well. Very good isolation of the top voice. Very sounding. It stands out. The phrasing is surprisingly good as well. I don't know if it's intentional or not, but it's good. And it seems like you can handle the pressure. Like you're playing in front of a lot of people here. And it just looks like you're enjoying yourself. Not anxious at all. I wish I wasn't anxious when I performed. Ooh, okay, clean pedal. I like that. Man, look at you, you're just enjoying yourself. That's such a moment, man. Yes. 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 Okay, overall, I think you have a lot of potential. You should definitely keep going, and I'm interested to see how you handle more technique-heavy pieces. Dude, that sound control is insane. You know, that is a very, very high-level skill in terms of piano performance. Okay, for technique, I'll give you 24 points. For tempo, I'll give you 7 points. For touch control, I'll give you 19. It's pretty much, it's almost perfect. For dynamics, I'll give you 8 points, and phrasing 8 points. So that makes it 66 points. Okay, next up we have Vaughn playing Heroic Polonaise, Opus 53 by Chopin. Very tough piece. Let's see if he handles it. Someone give this man an acoustic, please. I really like how the camera is shaking. POV, you're in an earthquake. You know, I can actually hear... Hold on. I can actually hear your musical intentions, and they are very good. However, probably like no one else is going to understand what you're trying to do because of that piano. That really sucks, man. It really sucks. You deserve a better piano. See, you try to do a contrast. I can hear it, but they probably can't. Alright, you know what? Despite that last passage, overall, it looks like you've been practicing. I approve. Technique is looking good, even on that piano. However, I just cannot judge your touch control with that piano. I'm sorry. You have to understand, there's no way. So for the scoring, I'll give you 35 points for technique, 7 points for tempo, 9 points for touch control, 7 points for dynamics, and 7 points for phrasing. Total, that is 65 points. Alright, there you have it. Oh god, I have to take a break. It's literally 4 a.m. Yeah, I think I'll be back the next day. See you next day. Okay, it is the next day. Or the other. And we got piano in the background. Hell yeah. Certified pianist. Okay, let's continue with the submissions. Okay, next up we have Pebbles playing Liebestrom number 3. I don't know how you pronounce it. Hey, 420 as well. Let's go. Okay, so the phrasing so far is not very clear. Okay. Quite clean. Okay, that was pretty good actually. You know, overall you understand how the piece is supposed to sound like. You probably listened to it many times, which is nothing wrong with that. You know, the fast passages sound clean. Just be wary not to over pedal during those passages, because it's really easy to get mixed harmonies with a lot of notes, you know. Yeah, that's about it. Pretty solid overall. Let's get to the scorings. So technique 39 points. Tempo 8 points, touch control 12 points, dynamics 7, and phrasing 5. That makes it 71 points. Very good. Let's move on. Alright, next up we have Mountain 123 playing Ravel, Sonatine. I think that means third movement. Anime. Goddamn Ravel, I knew you were a weeb all along. I knew it. Alright, let's go. Okay, so far technique is looking really good. Your hand positioning is a little weird. It kind of looks like your hands are a little tensed up. I don't know if that's true, but, you know, try to be careful not to injure yourself. I don't have much to say about it. It's a very solid performance. Technique is looking spot on. I'm not gonna add anything else. I don't think he wants me to add anything else because he knows what he's doing, you know? Let's just get to the score. So for technique, I'll give you 44 points. For tempo, 9 points. Touch control, 14. Dynamics, 6. And phrasing, 6. So it could be a lot better, but it's still 79 points. That is on top of the leaderboard. Next we have Gabby L or Sackbag. I like how you did the little intro here. Okay, he is playing Chopin Etude Opus 25 number 2. Well, let's go. Pedal seems a little much. Okay, technique looks good. You could work more on it though. Your fingers get glued sometimes to each other. You know, so practice more finger separation, like in a slow tempo. You know, everything else is on decent level. 35 points for technique, 8 points for tempo, 12 points for touch control, 5 points dynamics, and 6 points phrasing. Total 66 points. Next up, Codex Imperium playing the Interstellar Theme by Hans Zimmer. Okay, that was not bad, Codex. You've definitely improved. I would say work a little more on your technique. You know, pick up some scales, pick up some Bach inventions, and you're gonna see some improvement. In terms of the score, 17 points technique, 5 points tempo, 9 points touch control, 4 points dynamics, and 5 points phrasing. Next up we have Dark Magic XO with Bach Invention number 8, 200 BPM. Okay. You know what? I don't think I've ever heard someone submit to a competition playing with a metronome. That's quite unique, you gotta admit. I'm not against that. You thought I was gonna bash him for that? No, why would I do that? He's showing us how he's practicing, because that is indeed how you practice. I mean, I can tell you just got into piano and you're probably starting out your first year, maybe second year, and so far you're doing good. You know, I can tell that you're serious about your practice because you have an actual physical metronome at home. You know, how many of y'all watching have a physical metronome? Huh? Do you have one? I don't think so. This guy does. Huh? What's that? You're using an app on your phone for your metronome? You know what? Fair. Okay, fine. Okay, the score is right here. Okay, so the last contestant we have Ruslan, I think that's, yeah, playing Bach Italian Concerto first movement. Okay, you know, I can appreciate some Bach. You know, not everyone submits Bach. Everyone's afraid of Bach. So, I would give you a bonus point, but I can't. Alright, let's hear it. Okay, I like the character so far, it suits Bach. Okay, I can hear the left hand. Okay, so the technique is good. The tempo is almost always stable. You know, the phrasing is pretty much top tier. For the touch control, I would say your touch is a little bit soft for Bach. That's just my opinion. You know, ideally, I would prefer it to be a little more precise and strict. I mean, it also could be that you're playing on a digital. That could affect the touch as well. But, you know, overall, it's easily one of the better performances that I've seen so far. I'll give you 35 points for technique, 9 points for tempo, 10 points for touch control, 7 points for dynamics, and 9 points for phrasing. That makes it a total of 70 points. That was all the contestants. Now let's add up the numbers and see who actually won. Okay, let's start off with the awards. So the textbook award, I'm gonna give it to Ruslan, the guy who played Bach, because, you know, his playing was very, very similar to Bach's style. So, you know, that's a pretty easy award. The most unique performance. You know what? I'll give it to the guy that played with the metronome. Because that's the first time in my life I've ever heard someone submit with a metronome. Why not? For the best touch, I'll give it to Assassin. Even though you play for 14 months, you have a very, very good touch. The best left hand, I'll give it to Tage. You know, the guy who played the piece with his left hand alone. Possibly recorded with his right. You know, you still gotta let me know about that one. The Normie Award. Let's actually check out what is the most popular piece. Okay, so I'm looking into this. Apparently, you know, Moonlight Sonata is definitely the most popular one. I mean, it's not a surprise. So unfortunately, Snailbutt 05, you get the Normie Award. Hell yeah. The You Tried Award. Oh god, this is a tough one. You know what? Surprisingly, everyone performed pretty well. Like, I don't have, like, someone in mind that I could give this award to. This is tough. You know what? Patrick Batman, you take this award. You told me not to roast you, but hey, I tried. Okay, the coolest performance. I'll give it to the guy that made the Frankenstein out of classical music. The Nice Award. So closest to 69 points. Let's actually check who is closest to 69. Oh, well, it's Ruslan with 70 points. So you get a 5-point boost. Now, the most brilliant performance I'm not going to mention just yet, because that is going to be a game changer. So from the awards, we're gonna move on to the actual results and the places. So let's start off with honorable mention. Now, I'm saying honorable mention, but pretty much everyone in this category performed very, very well. Like, I was very surprised with this year's level. Now, honorable mention, we have, in no particular order, Dark Magic XO, Snailbutt 05, Codex Imperium, Eyewolves, Patrick Batman, Paper Plane, Schmumann, The Walking Fish, and SoftBoyZelah. I gotta give it to y'all. Like I said, everyone performed very well for being honorable mention. I mean, I had to pick the best of the best, but you guys still did very, very well. Alright, let's move on to third place. So third place we have Vaughn, Gabriel or Sagbag, Tage, and Assassin. Again, congrats to everyone. You did it. Now let me list the second place and then I'll tell you what I'll do with it. Alright, so second place, Scythe, Bjorn, Pebbles, Ruslan, Mountain 123, Hunter. Okay, now, before I announce the first place, I'm gonna tell you that whoever gets the most brilliant performance out of all of these people in second place have a chance to win. Because if any of these individuals get a plus 10 points, they actually win the whole thing. So now I gotta decide who to give the most brilliant performance. You know what? It's tough. It's actually tough. Now, when I'm thinking of the most brilliant performance, I'm not judging by the same standards that you've seen so far. Because in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, who would survive in a real concert? A real classical concert? Who would survive? There is an answer for everyone I've listed so far. There is not an answer for these individuals. Either one of these individuals, if they happen to get serious about it, they could totally pull it off, which is why this is so tough to choose from. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, the most brilliant performance award and the first place of this year's competition goes to Mountain 123. You know, I think people saw it coming, but I actually had a tough time choosing. Congratulations, man. You did it. But yeah, that's gonna do it. That's gonna conclude this year's competition. Yeah, that's it for now. Let's hope I'll be back soon. Possibly. But yeah, till next time. See ya. Oh yeah, almost forgot. Go practice.